Hi, this is Steve with Dylos Corporation, the leading manufacturer of low-cost air quality monitors. Our monitors are so simple to use so you know the condition of the air you are breathing. Dylos monitors are true laser particle counters that give accurate readings of the airborne particle concentration. They come in a compact size and have convenient features, all at an affordable price. Our monitors can be used for many different applications, from home monitoring to industrial applications to environmental research studies at major universities. Our monitors get the job done. One researcher told us he had found a way to use a monitor on a drone to check smoke plumes as tall as skyscrapers. Another customer stated to us that he had been working in a wood shop for many years and was finally able to understand just how much wood dust he was actually breathing so he could change things to protect himself. Turning on the Dylos monitor is simple. Use the power switch on the front and the unit automatically configures itself to continuously sample. Within a few seconds, two numbers appear on the display. These numbers represent the number of particles in 1/100th cubic foot of air, which would be about the same size of this cube. Also, on the second line of the display, there is a dynamic bar graph that will give the user an immediate visual indicator of the number and size of particles being detected. Small particulates, the number on the left, run from 0.5 microns in diameter and bigger, and the number on the right for those that are 2.5 and over. These particle sizes apply to the DC 1100 series and the DC 1700. Our base DC 1100 model was designed for home use and detects down to 1 micron and 5 microns. You stop seeing with your eyes anything smaller than about 40 microns. Typical bacteria are about 3 microns, and there are indications anything below 2.5 can penetrate through your respiratory system into your bloodstream and reach other organs. We've shown you how to determine the accurate particle concentration in your environment. But what do these numbers mean? What is good air or bad air quality? Well, we made it easy. Just read the number on the front of the unit and then look it up on the chart on the back. For example, if we see the unit read 900, this falls in the fair part of the chart. Now I'm going to show you how to test your air quality out of your air conditioner heater vent. You can do this at home, work, or any facility. Using our monitors, you can see what is happening with both the large and the small particulates in your air. This is important because most air conditioning filters can catch the large particulates, but catching the small ones is a lot harder. The percentage of particles the filter removes from the air is called the efficiency of the filter. Cheap filters are efficient at removing large particles, but not small ones. Higher quality filters are efficient at both large and small particle sizes. Air to be sampled is drawn in the inlet and the exhaust comes out of the lower opening. This monitor has been running in this room, so I'll use the numbers as the baseline. Next, we need to run a test on the air coming out of the vent in the ceiling. Comparing the numbers that I get from this vent to the numbers I just took moments ago, I compare the difference. Having this information allows you to know the quality of your air filter. This way you can tell if it's a lousy or a good air filter. These are some cheap filters. I'll have to talk to management. Another check you can do is hold the unit to the vent and have the AC turned on. If the particulates are way high when it first comes on, it may mean that your ducts need cleaning. Besides your filter and the AC system, many people use an air purifying system. We can check the performance of those as well. Exaggerated marketing claims aside, you can see the true air quality from these units. HVAC professionals will appreciate our units when installing an air purifier system. With the DC 1700, there is EMI shielding preventing interference from high voltage power supplies found in some air purifiers, and a rapid update display responding to particle counts in 6 seconds. It also has an internal battery that provides up to 6 hours of operation. At this point, you might be wondering if the air purifier really works. The filter should be putting out clean air. For the really serious, we have done an entire video on how to accurately measure the clean air delivery rate of any purifier. If you are a contractor, you can quickly understand the performance of your new equipment installation. Also, you can show your customers the capability of your product in action. Notice that the counts are steadily declining. The rate at which the particle readings drop will depend on many factors, such as room size, air exchange, and KDAR rating of the air purifier. As easy as it is to use, let's explore some more options. On the front of the monitor, there are 3 buttons: Power, Mode, and Select. There are two sampling modes, continuous and monitor. Continuous mode is the default mode where the unit simply takes readings that updates every second, stores the readings every minute, and also outputs the readings over the serial port every minute if present, and if you have the DC-1700 or the PC version of the DC-1100. If we press mode, we enter into monitor mode where the unit takes a single sample every hour. If we continue to press the mode button, we can check the history by minute, by hour, or by day. On the DC-1700, when you press the mode button again, you can set the date and time, which is used for time stamping the stored data. Make sure this is correct. Then you can clear the history, but you may want to download it first. One more press puts you back into continuous mode. We have several units that come with a serial connector to be able to download the data to your computer. First, you'll need a serial to USB cable. Use a reliable serial to USB cable like the one we use here, which is the TrendNet TOS9. Steer clear of those low-end ones. The cable actually has a chip in it requiring its own driver. It won't work unless the proper driver is installed. The drivers are supplied by the cable manufacturer. Finally, you'll need to install the supplied Dylos logging software, which comes with the instrument. Also, you can download it at our website, www.dylosproducts.com. Dylos Logger software is the simplest way to interface to your PC. When the Dylos Logger software is installed into your computer, you can download the data from the DC-1700 and create graphs on your computer. The supplied CD with the Dylos Logger software and user's guide that comes with your purchase is designed for Windows. If you use an Apple computer, you'll need to download a terminal program off the internet. Many of our Apple users have had success with CoolTerm. There's also a generic program called Putty, which works on multiple operating systems. After the Dylos Logger is installed on your system, an icon should then be on your computer screen. Do not open up the software yet. The adapter cable must be plugged into the PC before opening up the Dylos Logger. This allows the driver for the cable to create a virtual COM port on your computer. Once you've done that, turn on the Dylos instrument. With the Dylos instrument on and plugged in, select the icon on the Windows screen and it opens up into the Dylos Logger. When it opens up, the first thing you need to do is check in the upper left part of the display right here and make sure that you select the proper COM port or no communication will be possible. To keep a record of the data and not lose the previous download, it is recommended that you select a new file name for each history download or logging session in order to organize and access the data for later use. If you don't name it differently, you'll risk corrupting the data in the old file. To create a new file for your download or logging session, click the File folder icon in the upper right of the screen. Then in the New File dialog box where it says a file name, click there and type in the new file name. At this point, there are two things that can be done. Either start logging real-time data from the Dylos monitor, or download previously collected data that has been stored in the unit. Let me show you how to do a logging session. The first way you get data from the monitor to the computer is by what is called logging. This is different from downloading the history. In logging, it takes the readings from the Dylos instrument as it's sampling and sends it directly to the computer. The logging feature is similar for both the DC-1100 and the DC-1700. The unit is in continuous mode, so it will output one sample per minute to the Dylos Logger. If we were in monitor mode, this would be one sample per hour. If you intend on recording an extended logging session, make sure the computer power settings do not shut down the program or the computer's power. To start logging, select the red button right up here in the upper left part of the screen. Click on it, and I'll let this run for a little bit. Notice down here you can tell that the monitor is taking the samples. Every minute, a new bar is created on the screen. Of course, the blue represents the small particulate count, and the red is the large particulate count. To end the logging session, click the red button again. All of this logged data is now stored in our file. The logged file data is also placed on the text window. Even if you've been sampling without being connected to the computer, you still have the ability to download the internal memory of the Dylos instrument. What happens next depends on whether you're downloading from a DC1100 or a DC1700. Remember that the DC1100 stores only a limited amount of information, and this data is not time-stamped, so that it cannot be graphed properly with a Dylos logger. To download the data from the Dylos unit, remember to have it connected and turned on. Also, change the file name. Then select the download icon on the main screen. This will open up the Download History window. Then select the Download button. Once the data is downloaded, select the Create Log button. Once created, if you want to print your graph using the Print button here, you generally get the nicest prints by enlarging the graph area. Let me show you how to change the graph size. Once you have the graph up, you can move the cursor to this line, where it'll most times come up with a message that says, drag and drop to change proportions. Then click your mouse button and keep the button pressed while you move the mouse up or down. Changing the graph window size and format will create the best display to make it easier to understand your data. However, if you make it too small, it will be unreadable. Let's take a look at the graph itself. This displays both the small count, which is the blue, and the large count in the red. The bottom is the time, and the sides are the particulate count. We are now seeing data we recorded earlier. When looking at the chart on the screen, the data can be scrolled through by time, and you can zoom into areas of the chart. For example, we can set it to view and scroll through 10 minutes at a time. "30 minutes? An hour?" And so on. Now over in this area, you may select the type of chart you are looking at. There are different ways to look at the data by changing these settings. For example, here is a line chart. This is a great way to print it if you want to save ink. There are also other charts such as area, 2D bar, 3D bar, 2D combination, and 3D combination, as well as step, which is a great way to view it. In OpenOffice, select the Spreadsheet Calc program. When it opens, go to File. Then, Open. Click on the box that says All Files and find the option Text CSV. The box with Documents Library now only shows text delimited files. Choose the file you want to use and then click on the Open button. By default, the next option should already be selected, which is separated by comma, as well as Detect Special Numbers. But double check so you won't have any problems importing the data. Then click OK. The data is imported and now shows on the screen. You can limit what data you want to graph by selecting a smaller amount of data, or just select the graph icon to graph everything. Two windows open up, a chart and a chart wizard. In the chart wizard, select the XY scatter chart and then select the lines only icon. Then click Finish. Also know that there are many other options and chart types to choose from. As you can see, our Dylos instrument can take care of you by monitoring the air quality you breathe. They can be running all the time on the kitchen table at home or on a desk at the office. You never have to turn it off. Like some of our customers, when you start using our products, who find them indispensable, money-saving tools, but for sure you won't find a better particle counter in this price range. We've been using the DC1700 in this video, but we offer a line of products that range from $200 to $425 to meet your needs. For more information, check us out at www.dylosproducts.com or call us at 951-351-2730. That's 951-351-2730 and order yours today.